What's going on? What's going on, family? How y'all doing? In a couple minutes, we're going to start. 1 minute. Give it 1 minute, y'all. How y'all doing, family? What's up? What's up? I'm going to give it a 1 minute. Family, how y'all doing? What's up? What's going on? What? Hey, family, how y'all doing? What's going on? 30 more seconds, y'all. What's up? How y'all doing? Ghetto Einstein. What's up, family? What's going on? We're going to start in 30 seconds. What's up? Tony Kingo Bay. What's up, family? Peace, more. How y'all doing? 10 more seconds, y'all. 10 more seconds. Just 10 more seconds. All right. All right, 4 more seconds. All right, let's get to it. So look, I had screenshotted a video today about the Amazon thing. You know, when I show y'all how to sell on Amazon, a couple trolls, they was like, oh man, that's fake. It gotta be a screenshot. So what I did right now is I actually made a short video. You guys can watch it. Probably right now you can log out this live and watch it. So pretty much I was just talking about, you know, how you can make passive income on Amazon, because this is what I actually do on side of, you know, the consultations and stuff like that, because I've been doing e-commerce for a long time. And the reason why I wasn't in a position to really do e-commerce the way I want to and flourish is because the capital was very limited. So when I first started, I was about, 19? But I was playing with, $100 or something like that, right? Now I've been knew how you can leverage it. You feel me? So I just never been in a position where I had a whole lot of credit in my income, and I also can just utilize the credit to get ahead. So, you know, I made that short just to show y'all, yeah, the account is real. I make money from Amazon. This is what I realistically do. So when I made it, you know, I made sure I logged into the Amazon portal, you know, my because I got an account with them, and on top of logging into the Amazon portal, I went ahead and did the withdrawal. I withdraw something from my available balance. You get what I'm saying? But the main goal is to show y'all what's going on and to give y'all this evidence, because I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? One of the main reasons why I show so much and prove so much is because it all started with this. I know a lot of you guys remember the pandemic. It was a trading company that was out called I Am Academy. Now they was doing something called a pyramid scheme. Now, the people that was actually selling y'all the trading course, or y'all have a session, they wasn't professional traders. They wasn't multi-million-dollar traders. So a lot of them was actually getting money off the ranks. So he'll say, hey, I'm gonna P 5,000. You get what I'm saying? So he'll make 5,000 a month. Some people make $50,000 a month. But it's really like to invite and bring more people in. So they was selling y'all the vision. So everybody say, yeah, I can be a trader. I can make $1 million a day. Now don't get me wrong, you could make a lot of money doing trading. But the problem is they wasn't doing exactly what they was teaching y'all. So when y'all dealing with Ponzi schemes, it's pretty much like a person selling you information, but he's getting rich off selling the information, opposed to him actually getting rich off with the actual idea that he's trying to sell you. So say, for instance, that's like if I never made money off Amazon, if I never ran it up on Amazon, and I was like charging for my course, like, hey, learn how to sell on Amazon, learn how to sell on Amazon. But you're like, dang, how much money do you actually make on Amazon? But if I wasn't making any money off Amazon, like I ain't never touched a dime, then it'd be questionable to be like, nah, he not realistically, you know, making that type of money exactly from Amazon. That's why you got to show the receipts, because I seen so many people running Ponzi schemes, so many people playing with a lot of people. And actually, you got to understand that when people was doing the trading, that was around the time when the pandemic was coming and everybody was like vulnerable. You get what I'm saying? So people wanted a way out. People wanted to know how to make millions, because there was so many millionaires that was made around the pandemic. But a lot of people was getting rich out marketing. So if I can market you something, yeah, people gonna pay for it, right? But they wasn't actually giving game or giving you something that they benefiting from. It was pretty much like, let's come up with a scheme. Let's put everybody in place with it so everybody can learn how to trade, and let's just make this new wave. And so you seen trading all down your timelines and everything. Now where it went, and now you're like, dang, where did it go? It was just a little thing that they was running. So that was one of the main reasons why I came out to show you guys, hey, I sell on Amazon. They said, okay, how much do you make? I said, I make about $500 to $1,000 a day, and those not even the best days. My best day on Amazon, realistically speaking, we made $3,600 in one day, right? And that's good because $3,600 in one day, leveraging what we got. So now we in a position we buying inventory crazy, and now you're talking about we can leverage $2,000 a day. You get what I'm saying? That's the goal. $2,000 a day, $1,000 every single day. So you put a month's total, that's $30,000 gross sales a month. Now the income can be 10,000 of that 30,000 after profits and everything. That's good because if you had the right lineup and the right team, you can really leverage it to what you need to leverage it to. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I made this video for everybody to understand that you really want to make your credit get a job. If y'all sitting around $20,000, $30,000 in credit cards, your credit needs a job, because I just try to show people you can actually replace your income with passive income. And what I know and the system that I got in place and what I sell, I pretty much just tell y'all exactly what I sell, opposed to just throwing this, oh, you possibly can, sell a TV screen. No, I want to show you what I sell, how I sell it, how to make a listing properly, and also what suppliers I deal with so you can have a contact. So when you had a contact, you were like, okay, so it's like this, boom, 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 and you would be in a way better situation. Now, obtaining credit is the hard part, because now you got to see what exactly is your credit worthiness. Because if your credit worthiness is not really good, then a lot of corporations will look at you sideways. So when I first started, I started with my bank, Chase, and Chase constantly grew my limit, but at the same time, it took patience to really get it to where I need to. But when they did that, that's when, okay, boom, now we can leverage. You get what I'm saying? So you want to be at a comfortable limit where you can really leverage. A comfortable limit, I would realistically say, is $30,000. If you got $30,000 on a credit card, that's a comfortable limit that you really can leverage, because $15,000 can leverage you at least $25,000, $30,000. And then after that, then you can leverage that $10,000 plus and profit every single month. But if your job only pay you $4,500 a month and you profiting $10,000 a month, you can totally eliminate the job and go ahead and leverage out the money. But the thing about it is, when you and one thing about credit, that's what people don't understand, what leverage actually is. When you leveraging your credit, right, into income, you're not leveraging your credit in the sense of you using your earned income. Like you actually going to working 60, 40 hours a week. You utilizing credit because it gives you way more time. So if I got a business credit card and I got a $30,000 limit and I spent $20,000 off that $30,000 card, and the inventory that I was selling, let's say if this inventory was making me $30,000 a month, $10,000 in profit, every single month, I'm going to constantly restock on the inventory, and I take just a portion of that for take home pay, say for instance, bills, electricity, and I constantly leverage exactly what I have. And that's what it means to make your credit get a job, because you're like, okay, these are household expenses. This is how much I make at work. If I can turn this into that, I can leverage this out and I wouldn't have to worry about the job, because it's time consuming. Because I'm gonna give you an example. The ink cartridges I sell them for $80 a pack, right? So $80 a pack, let's just say the average American, right? I'm gonna ask a couple of you guys, I want y'all response. How much do you make an hour? I'm gonna ask everybody this. How much do y'all make an hour? After 3 people comment, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and finish up what I was saying. How much do y'all realistically make an hour? $18, okay. $20, okay. One more. $30, okay. Let's just say you put it at $20 an hour, average it out. $20 an hour. You times that by 10, right? The average person might work 8 to 10 hours. But I'm just gonna give y'all the maximum, 10 hours a day. So if you work 10 hours every single day, that is 200. Federal income taxes, Social Security tips, and all that stuff, they take 30% out of your check. Say if that $200 that you get in a day, now it looks like it's 160. Let's just put it at 160 after taxes, right? I sell the ink cartridges. I sell them for $85 a pack, right? I could sell 10 in a day. 10 is what? It's 800. So I sell it for, hold on, I sell for 85, so that'd be 850. Profit will actually be $400, about 400, right? So $400, and you just made 160 in a whole day's work, and I made 400 profit, because I'm only counting profit, I'm not counting gross sales. So I made 400 profit off an $850 transaction. You made 160 out of a $200 transaction because of the work hours. What I did with mine is I would work that, right? I made more money in a sense. You times that by 10, that's $4,000. So that's 10 days, 4,000. 10 days for you, let's just say it's 1,600, right? 4,000, 1,600, almost triple. So that's one source, right? That's one product. So you go over to another product. I got the ink cartridges. I got the full machine, right? My full ID print machine. I might pay for the whole kit $900. I can sell it for $1,800. But if I sell it, let's just say the gross profit is $1,600. I get 10 of them at a time. I made $16,000 off of 10 of them, and I can make it in a month. 10 sold in a month, or 10 sold under a month, or even 10 days. And just imagine you doing that 3-4 times. That's what I'm saying about, like, just leveraging. You get what I'm saying? Just leverage your money, you know? Yep, just leverage your money. That's the whole thing. Just get credit, and especially when you get the credit, because credit gives you more time. Because one thing that we don't have is time, and that's one thing I learned about money, because it's not really just the money aspect, it's really time. We all need more time, because there's not enough time to really grow. I'm not gonna lie to you, because if I had to use dollar amongst dollar to invest, it's like, okay, I'll only be making money to pay off bills, pay off utilities, get in, like, you know, normal standard. But credit can put you in a position where you can use so much of it, and you can pay it back slowly because of the time that you have. You have time to catch up. You have time to get everything straight. You got time to do it. You get what I'm saying? So once you have time, your real income, that can sit in the back. So my real income, that's in the back, right? So the credit card covers, like I said earlier, it covers the rent payment. It covers all the extra bills you might have. And on top of that, it also covers the investment. Because it's like you keep the investment going. You never stop with the investment. You throw that back to the credit. And every time you get paid, you make sure the credit is paid. And then you take your cut. Once you take your cut, that's when you take the credit and use it again. You keep using it. Because remember, my API is 0% for purchases. Now, if I try to get a cash advance off of it, it'd be 30% APR. But just for making purchases, it's 0%. So you can use it to this fullest capacity. And you know, even if you make $20, $30 an hour, it's like you're using your money. You're using your money. So if you get paid every 2 weeks or every week like that, and you used it, it has to work, because if it don't work, it pushes you back. One thing about credit, if it doesn't work instantly, it might work in the future, but you'll have more time to get everything calculated with it. Yep. 0% interest on business credit cards for 12 months, correct? Now, I don't offer really the business credit tip. I can give you some advice on it. I just never came out with it. I just try to drop free game, just trying to show you guys what I do. Because I can't tell you what a TV said or what this said. This is what I'm doing right now as we speak. I'm making these purchases with this credit. I'm utilizing my credit to my fullest capacity. And once I keep using the credit, I make sure that they are paid back as well. So not only am I making sure I'm straight, I'm making sure they straight too, because I made a big payment on my credit. I made a $14,000 payment, and it just helped my relationship with the bank even more. And that's why they was like, hey, we're gonna increase it again. Once they increase it, they like, okay, way more to leverage with. Now we got this much to leverage with, we keep going. But you make your credit get a job. You ain't gotta work. You ain't even gotta touch work. especially if you know how to utilize your credit. It's people out there that's sitting on I seen a person with $100,000 credit card limit, a $50,000 credit. Like I seen it, but I want a lot of people to understand that like stuff like this is real. And this is the other side of sovereignty. This is not just, oh, well, I'm just in a private or whatever the case might be. This is learning the business aspect too, like learning game and soaking game up from a business idea so you can go out there and you will bust moves exactly the same way I did. So if you guys want to learn how to sell on Amazon, I do offer a course for that. And it's a private tutorial just to teach you how to sell on Amazon, how to properly make a listing, how to set up your merchandise and send it to the fulfillment center, what items I personally sell on Amazon, and you will pretty much have an understanding of that. But for the most part, yeah, you know, make sure your credit get a job, not you. I get them all the time. I thought you were offering this at once. Nah, I never was. I was teaching people about the EIN number, like how to create a personal credit profile using your employee identification number. How do you obtain business credit being sovereign? What I did was I personally built up my EIN number, and I got a perfect score with it, right? My EIN score is at 749, right? That's my score on the personal side with the EIN. And I have another EIN number that I use strictly for the business. By me using the EIN number for the business, for the personal side, I PG my business. So I got approved for 2 business credit cards, right? So once I did that, I just kept the relationship going, and I end up keep making the payments on my cards, keep making payments. In 1 month, I got my account up to $15,000 in available credit. That I wasn't satisfied, so I did it again, got it up to $27,500. And now, once I pay them back in the future, I want 50. I go back, I want 75. I go back, I want 100. If I get 100, then the next step is continue to build. Don't stop. Don't stop just because you're making a little bit. You keep going. You don't ever stop. And that's how you know you're going to be in a way better position. You don't ever stop. You keep it. You keep this whole credit system going. You keep going. You don't stop. Yeah, no, you sit back. Because this is a good thing about business credit. When you use up, say 30, 40, 50% on your utilization, it don't report to your person, it reports to the business. So every time they run your personal credit to get a business credit card, they don't see that utilization. Your utilization, you can have a $30,000 limit and spend $29,000. And only 1%, only 1,000 is gonna show up on your business side, not your personal credit. So your personal credit gonna look like, hey, you've been making all these good payments and everything, and the whole time your business utilization is through the roof. And you can continue to get more business credit cards, because my entire goal to at least get $500,000 in business credit. Trust me, because my relationship with Chase, I'm expanding it to other banks. I know banks that are giving out higher limits to Chase. It's a good limit, 27.5. That's a good limit, right? And plus my other business credit card I just got with them and got approved for. I'm waiting for that card to come in the mail. I'm gonna get that up to 27. But I know some banks that's giving out crazy limits, right? You got Spark, right? Y'all ever heard of Spark business credit cards? I seen a person with $140,000 limit on their card. $140,000. Like, serious credit card. Amex. I want that gold card. I know a female right now, she got an Amex gold card, and guess how much her limit is? She could spend up to $400,000 on that Amex card. $400,000. $400,000. That's insane. Like, can you just imagine what you would do if you, what? $400,000? $400,000. If you had that in credit, you can literally, man, you can get a lot going. You can get a lot going. You spending $400,000. You spending $400,000. That is insane. $400,000. You can get a store. You can get a house built. You can get everything. And really, if you really want to be technical, if you got 2 businesses, right, that's how you can finesse it. But not like take it, but you can, pay them back. So all you need to do is have another corporation. You set up a payment processor, right? And once you set up a payment processor, she got a $400,000 limit. You can charge the card $400,000, and you can say it's a business purchase. When you call Amex to verify, they're gonna process the payment through. So you just transfer that whole credit limit to cash, And now you paying back the credit card, but the whole time you got the entire amount in cash that you actually using for the business, because it's something that you will actually need cash on. Like, everybody don't take credit cards. So if I want to get a home built, so I can't say, hey, take my Amex card. They're gonna say, no, you gotta have credit cards. And it's a certain time they gotta be, paid back to Amex. So I'll take the whole amount off and I'll build a whole house for $400,000. If I build a whole house, I'll be making payments towards Amex every single month. And I come back to them 5 months later and ask for a credit increase after I paid back the entire card back, and also build a home on top of that. The thing don't ever stop. You just keep this thing going, keep this credit system going. And anytime I come up, y'all, anytime that I come across some gold and I got everything together, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna share the game with y'all. Like, look, y'all can be doing the same thing. You guys can be building up the business side of credit, but you really need to worry about the personal side, because that is what puts you in the door to get you in that situation. I wish I had $400,000 to play with. Whew. The ideology is really just understanding credit. Like, if you want major trade lines, you really want to get the business side straight. So a lot of you guys, if you got an LLC, make sure you really build your personal side up. So if you got bad credit on your social, use an employee identification number and create personal credit from there. I offer a tutorial on that as well. APR is 0% on purchases. That's only if you did it like, if you try to take a cash advance, because Amex do give you a cash advance, but why would you take a $300, $400, $500 cash advance and you can literally transfer it over to your real bank account, to your merchant account, and the only thing they're gonna take out is 3%. That's a big old 3% though, because 400,000, let me see, 4,000, it's like $12,000. They're gonna take $12,000. But if you build a house and you make 600,000, $700,000 off a $300,000 house that it took to build, then you gonna get all of your money back plus plus the profit, and then you can be able to pay them back, and you a real estate mogul now. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole goal, is just to use credit to get rich. That's my entire goal, just to keep using it till I can't use it no more. And once I'm done using it, get rid of it. You can, like I said, you can max it out. You get to the maximum capacity. At least get a couple 100,000 in credit. Like, don't give up soon you come across some little money. Like, no, you got a bigger goal with this. Your goal is to keep using it till you fully swapped out your income. Now you rich off credit. Or you can, if you want to be a type of person to say, F this system, I'm building everything up just to take the credit and run, you can do that as well. And it's not illegal. Yes, you can build up your credit and your profile just to discharge it off your credit. Yeah, anybody can do that. But it's like, once you get into the zone of building it, you're not really gonna crash it, because it's not that easy to build up a credit profile how y'all think. It's easy, but only if you got the money behind you. But if you ain't got 4,000-5,000 and really put 20, 30 accounts on your profile and add trade lines on your profile and get into these banking institutions, then you really gonna have a weak profile. One trade line is nothing. If you ain't got the major trade lines with a $50,000 limit, and it's been reported over 10 years, and if you ain't got rent reporters and all of these accounts on your profile gonna look naked. And if naked, what banks is gonna take you seeing? No bank. They bank gonna see you say, oh, this guy want a credit card with us. No. But if they see a guy with 20 accounts and they all paid off, his credit utilization is low, give him $100,000 credit card, no talking. And right now, I'm about to apply for another credit card. I'm about to apply for about 2 more. I'm about to go to another bank. I'm actually about to go to mine, because I've been distracted. But I'm gonna go to mine, to my bank, and I'm gonna see what they give me a credit card. If I get denied, I'm gonna be so mad. But if they approve this, that's, you keep using it. Just keep using it till you can't use it no more, and keep building from it. How long does it take to build up an EIN? You really can build up one in a month. I got mine built in a month. That's how I got the truck. Because remember, I got one person who connected with me. He put me on an authorized user, and I was able to get in. If you can ask for any amount of money right now to be wealthy, what's the most you ask for? Realistically speaking, It's not money. If I had credit, if I could ask for credit, give me $100,000 credit limit. I'll be okay. Because I want to leverage it. I want to leverage it and become bigger. Of course, I want way more than that, like a couple million, but I have to be realistic too. Because my wants and what I leverage at ain't the same. Because if my credit profile look kind of naked, ain't nobody finna give me no $300,000-$400,000 in credit. Like I wish, but I gotta earn it. I gotta build up for it. How about building a condo? Yeah, yeah, you can. You can build a condo with that type of credit. If I had 400K, turn that to cash and put the whole amount on the 1099 cancellation debt form came over. Yeah. Now, the way I would do that, right? You can if you really want to get over on the banks, you can contact the credit bureaus, and you pretty much can hold on. If you really want to get over, you can contact Dun and Bradstreet and say it's fraud because you didn't give them authorization to report it. You can get that deleted off your business credit. Because remember, it doesn't post to your personal credit; it reports to the business. Now, if you go on collections, then it might post on the personal, but it won't hit the personal until like 6 months. So you'll still be able to bust that move again, then again, then again. Yeah. So if you transfer 400,000, you do what you want. And now I'm gonna give you a scenario. If you got $400,000 in Amex, right, credit, and you transferred it over to your business account using a merchant machine, you won. Then you can start over and do it again. But I see people try to take $1,000 and run off with it. But if you're gonna run off with some money, 400,000 be the way, 100,000 be the way, even 50,000 be the way. But if you ain't got over 10,000, what? Why are you just trying to, jag an account and no, you want to build up relationships. So that would have been the best scenario that you just said. Like you would have took the 400,000 and would have found a way to discharge. That would have been smart, especially if you secured the money. Yeah. None of the banks can do it, and they don't care. They ain't nothing but a write-off anyway. Credit ain't nothing but a write-off. Yeah, you messed up. Okay, you maxed out the card. They don't care about the card. You didn't give a damn about the card. Write-off. Like that. That's it. That's all it is. Get that back in the tax credit. It's all a game, y'all. Still a game. So it still don't go away. Credit is a game. This stuff don't change. Just because you make money off credit or you found a loophole in the system, this is still a game, y'all. Shit is Pokemon 7. I said Pokemon 6, but this is Pokemon 7. EDP. No, I don't know who that is. I don't know who EDP 445 is. Peace, family. Terrence, how you doing, family? No, you can create an EIN number for your other EIN number to PG it. But yeah, if you want to use the CPN number, that'll work as well too. You can PG all of your business credit with a CPN number. You can do that too. But you gotta understand the APR is only for purchases. So if you have a business account, the purchases is 0% APR. But if you ask for a cash advance from the bank, it would be 30%. But why the hell would you ask for a cash advance from the bank? And you can use it for business, or you get you a merchant account and you can send it right over. You can do it like that. Thank you, family. You can do it just like that. Sometimes y'all be missing the purpose, Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. All of that, it's a game. We gonna constantly grow and we gonna constantly, build up something. Once y'all know how to use the banks, I'm learning right now. I'm still learning how to use the banks. Because while we keep talking about 1099As and everything, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I get $100,000 in credit? What can I possibly do? And I just found creative ways. Like I had my business over 4 years. I got a credit line from Home Depot. That can be a lawn care service. I got $2,000 from them. That can be a lawn care service. Give me 4 lawnmowers, a driving lawnmower, weed whackers. That's a whole lawn care service, and I can build up credit from that. You can go to Sam's Club. You can go to Costco. You can go to anything. You can rack up $1 million in credit a million ways through the business or the personal. But the personal harder. You just want to have the personal credentials. So when they run a business credit, you'll be good. Yes, sir. Hit me up. Hey, I want to know if I should just put a credit on my EIN. Yeah, you can. PG mean personal guarantor, y'all. Yep. Personal guarantee or personal guarantor, however you want to say it. Yes, that means when you PG something, you putting your social security number down. But you don't have to put your social security number down if you got a CPN number or if you already established your EIN number to become like a social, like you created personal credit from it. So it just depends on how you do it. I'm gonna get vending machines. I got a Costco membership. Yeah. Vending machines good too. That's a good start. That's a good start. And it's besides reporting credit. Like, I ain't even got to that. I ain't even got to that aspect. That's a whole nother thing. But like from where I'm at now, it's like you want to diversify your portfolio. You want to get into different things too. Yep. Yeah. Can I work on my EIN? Yeah, you can work on your EIN. How would I go about paying off payroll back taxes with the IRS? Business closed. Um, Explain what exactly are you trying to get done? Transfer licenses. Nah, you can't do it like that. You can't use your EIN as a social. Man, them banks and the DMV will go crazy. They'll say, this ain't a social security number. This is not a social security number. Not at all. This is not a social security number. Oh, shoot. Hey, did y'all ever notice that I got what am I say? Y'all ever notice I got Invisalign on? I've been having it on for like 5 months. I know if y'all ever noticed like my older videos had an overbite like right there. I've been having Invisalign on. If y'all ever wonder like, I don't know, that's like off, but I had to tell y'all that. How do you get your license for tax exemption again? I'm actually gonna have a whole little breakdown. I'm gonna show y'all how to do the exemption. If you a corporation in Illinois, you go to mytax.illinois, and you can sign up. You can register your company, your LLC. They're gonna ask you for your EIN number. They're gonna ask you for your corporate filing number and all that when you file your corporation or trust. And after that, you good. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, family. Yeah, I had these on for 5 months. I had them on for 5 months. How I got a free truck? I stole it. I ran into the bank and said, "Give me the credit," and they gave it to me. And I went to the dealership and I gave them the check. I just no, man. No, but yeah, nah. But that's how it really is though. Like when your credit is A1, you robbing the bank for credit. That's what I'm doing. Like it's people out there literally who rob corner stores for $400, shoot the clerk, run out the store and get caught and go to jail and do life sentence. And I just literally went inside the bank with a trade line, got a $66,000 car, took it off my credit report for free, and never paid on it, and they charged it off. So I got a free car. I went to the bank and got a $27,000 credit card and can use the whole amount and run off with it, and there's nothing they can do. So it's like in the system that we is in now, right? Why? I'm like, why do people steal? You ain't gotta steal all this stuff you got going on. Like, do y'all know that the banks is literally just looking for the best pleasure to give credit to? It don't got nothing to do with race no more, none. They don't even know how you look. Who is the best pleasure? Like, who is the person that we can look at that has some great credit? I mean, who got excellent credit? Who we can just give all this credit to? Because they got literally the credit in one digitized machine. They just want to give it to somebody, but they can't give it to a liability. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. They looking for somebody to give credit to. They want to give y'all credit. They don't want to play. You don't think these banks really want to give y'all credit? They just want you to know how to. It's really about who can manage credit the best. Who can really manage credit? Like who can manage 40, $50,000 in credit? That's what I'm saying. Who can really manage credit? No, it's easy. It's easy to get a mortgage. All you gotta have, really, you can have collections on your credit. You can have collections on your credit, and you still can get a mortgage, a conventional mortgage. Now, if you want to go through the government, you can get an FHA mortgage. Go right through the credit unions, get it 100% financed. Yep, that's what I'll do. I'll get a government mortgage. Take that out right off my credit. It's way harder to discharge a mortgage, just to let y'all know. So y'all gonna be in for it. You gonna be battling with the banks. It's gonna be a war with the banks. So if y'all think y'all finna just get into a home and sit down comfortable on the couch and with no fights, y'all got another thing coming. Listen, I'm already plotting on the banks way before I move in the house. I'm already gonna know every plan. I'm gonna be a step ahead. I'm not gonna get in there then gonna try to learn all this. No, because it's not really people that's gonna really teach me that. Like the car method, I've had to find out the car method myself. I really had to do the car method myself because I didn't understand it. So when I found out what skip tracing was, right, what is the charge out for that repossession, and then when I started doing research on like what else I did, I found out like, okay, how can I take it off my credit? Because they said if you delete it off your credit report, they can't locate you due to the fact that you took the account off, so they can't monitor the account. And so when I found out how to take it off, I had my boy Ricky Lott, he took it off for me. And then on top of that, I hid the vehicle. So within the 6 months, they was on full alert. And after it been charged off, game over. And I found out that a lot of you guys who got auto loans, really, when a repo agent just scanning cars, they can scan your plate and see it. Because a lot of people not solving either. Because you drive around with those state plates, they can scan it and they can read it that they have a repossession order out on it and they can take your vehicle. And that's why it's best to have private plates. Or if you still want to be a U.S. citizen, get dealer's plates. Dealer's plates is when you get a dealer's license. Oh, boy. Best way to go to the bank for tracking your car without putting into contract. How do I get an EIN number without using a social security number? You got to send in a form through mail. Bro, I don't know what to do now because I come back to my state. If you got any questions, just contact me, 224-463-1848. You know, I do consultations of just questions and answers, but I can send y'all the list. They already repossessed my Mustangs. I was about to leave it in Mexico to get. Oh no, you got to be quicker than that. I'm gonna tell y'all something so crazy. So, one of my students, he ended up getting his car repossessed. Now, it's like you can't move loose because the only thing I could do is give you the teaching, but a lot of people just don't really follow what it means to really like be in a private. And those plates is what caught them because when they scanned his plates, they seen they had a repossession order out on them. So the best way to beat a repossession, you gotta learn how to hide your vehicle. You gotta stop wearing those state plates because when they scan it, they're gonna see it. And realistically speaking, that means you also gotta change your status. And also you wanna delete it from your credit report. And if you still live at the same house where you originally got the loan from, consider your car gone because they're gonna take your car. And when they take it, they're gonna take it to a public auction and a dealer is gonna purchase it for pennies on a dollar. I went to a dealer's auction before. I bought a truck and I think it was repoed. Yep, I bought a truck, a 2014 Ram. This was back in 2021. It's a nice truck too. Yep, I bought a nice size truck. The bank took the truck back and sold it. And sold it to me. I know he probably paid $40,000, $50,000 for that truck. Now I had it and I sold it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a game. They ain't gonna take my truck. They not gonna sell my truck. And that's how it gotta be. You gotta go to war for your property. You can't just let the banks take your property like the bully on the block. You gotta go to war for your property. Trust me, I was on a good run for that truck. They wanted that truck so bad. Like, they wanted that truck bad. I'm talking about bad. They would do it. Dang, yep. You know, if they take your vehicle, it's over with. You know, just start over. You know, even if they took my truck today, I'm do the same thing again. It's like, okay, everybody can laugh. Okay, I got my trucks taken. This time I'm coming back with a Rolls Royce. Now what? Now I get the laugh. Now, if they take my truck one time, when I come back, I'm taking their car and I'm stripping it for parts and selling it. If it get to that point, because then I'm gonna feel like it's a battle of the banks. Like, if one bank take your stuff, then I'm gonna get revenge at another bank, and then I'm gonna constantly want revenge, and I'm gonna get what I want. I'm always gonna get what I want. I'm always a step ahead, and also I never got to use my social, and that's the perfect thing. You know, this is really like. It's really like like cops are robbers. That's how it is when y'all dealing with the banks. They looking for you, and you not looking for them. You trying to stay out their way. They try to be in your way. They trying to. It's just like, you know, y'all ever seen Tom and Jerry? That's how it is when the repo men and the banks looking for your collateral. It's just like that. My car been 6 months late, never repoed. They coming. They coming. They coming for it. They coming. They want it. Sometimes this is what they do. They actually allow your vehicle to be 6 months late, just so they can say you breached the contract, and they never have to worry about you paying to reinstate it. They either want you to pay the whole amount, or they're gonna take your car to the auction. That's what they did to one of my peoples. That's what they did to my student. They waited to 6 months, 15 days before they charged off the loan, and they took that shit from his garage. I was like, bro, what? They knew it was in there the whole time. They ain't say nothing. The banks are just quiet, like, we know it's up in here. We're not gonna take it right now. Soon they was 15 days from charge off. They're like, we need it gone. They took it. Mercedes-Benz gone. And I'm like, what? Really? And man. Yeah. Yeah. Fair now is another banking institution. Really? There's always loopholes to the system. It's always loopholes. And that got nothing to do with Fair now, like consumer loans and everything like that. Banks and institutions is private lenders. So, no, it was in a parking garage. It was in a building. It was in a full, like, you know how like some buildings have private parking garages? The repo man literally waited outside till someone opened that garage gate, went inside that garage, repoed the truck, and left. He came outside. He's like, he had sent me it's not funny though, realistically. He had sent me a picture of the parking spot. It was empty with no car in there, and it was like the wall. And I said, damn. He called the bank. They said, we need the full payment back or no deal. And I told him, I said, look, don't let this break you. And I pretty much told him, like, you can start over. You realistically can start over. You know, it was a nice car. It's gone though. You can't fall in love with it. Like, I don't fall in love with banks and credit. I don't fall in love with it. It's the knowledge that matters. It's about what you know, like it's about what you know. It's not really so much about just the product. You learn something from that whole situation. You learn something. And when you learn it, you ain't gonna never fall back to it, because you're not gonna even be in that position to even fall. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, okay. They took my car this time, so next time they're not gonna take nothing from me. They're not taking nothing. So now I know I'm gonna have it like this. I'm gonna take this on my credit report. I'm gonna opt myself out of systems and everything, and I'm gonna make sure I'm straight. And also, make sure that your vehicle does not have a tracking device on there. That's why I deal with Jeeps and Rams, because a lot of the time Mopar, you know that company, you gotta install a system inside of their computers in order to have a tracking device. I never registered my truck to have a tracking device. I have a private tracking device in my truck, and that's Apple AirTag. And I got a safe in my car. I lock my tracking device inside my safe. So if you take my car, I can find you personally. I'm not gonna ask the police to find you. I'm gonna find you. So that's the whole thing. You gotta protect yourself, not these corporations. I owe $7,800 a credit card. What's the best way to erase that? Take it off your credit report, file an FTC report, get it off. Don't pay nothing back. That's all you gotta do. If you in a situation where you got a credit card debt and you can't pay for it, take it off. Delete it. Get it deleted. You don't recognize that. That debt is old. That's the United States debt. It's not our debt. What's that? Yep. I got a whole video on releasing security interest. But you still got to have the vehicle, because even if you do the security interest, they only released it for me. So the Mercedes-Benz, I'm explaining it. I got the lien release on behalf of it. It was for me, but he can't be around me when I do it, right? So when you get a security release, you can't be an arm length of the borrower or the person who owes the debt. So when they gave me the security release, they said this damn truck is still in this man's garage. That's not even the person who requests for the lien to be released. So he lied. Guess what we gonna do? They went over there and took that damn Mercedes-Benz. They still took their Mercedes-Benz. Oh, what? Because it still got to go through the DMV. So you got to submit it to the DMV to release the security lien, but they did it in time, ahead of time. They moved too fast. You get what I'm saying? How can I know? Now, this the bad part. You want to make sure that you got a bank loan for your car. If you got a dealer loan or anything like that, a dealer finance, they might send your vehicle to collections, but they don't charge it off necessarily, because it's not a bank. It's a finance company, or something like that. It's not an actual bank charge off loans. You get what I'm saying? So that's why it's so hard to get an auto loan through a bank. That's why the banking requirements is way harder than a traditional vehicle, dealer or something like that. What is the name of the form that you need to request an I don't use an EIN numbers. If I file for discharge of debt, will they still come get it? No, if you take it off your credit report, hell yeah, they're gonna still try to get it. If that vehicle ain't been charged off, yeah, they're gonna try to get it. You gotta put it up. They can't repo it's mine now. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, I mean Taja. If they repo your car after 6 months, forget about it, because they're not gonna give it to you back. How do I get $100,000 in business credit, no docs? You got to build up your personal credit profile, and then when you build it up, go to a couple banks that I know for certainty that will give you that. You want to go to Citibank. PNC ain't gonna give you no money like that. Chase will. I know people right now with Chase credit card at $100,000. What else? Amex, you gonna get that? That's if that personal side is A1. Business at least got to be 2 years old. What's another bank? You talking about 100 on the card? We're talking about 100,000. That's about all I know right now. Realistically speaking, like, who can give you 100? But they're not gonna give it to you on the first rip. They might give you, if you lucky, 10,000, 20,000 or something. You might not even get 25 just thousand off even if you got A1 credit. Now, I seen the person did get approved for my type card. He had a $36,000 limit. That was good. That was a real good limit. So after they charge it off, they would not repossess it. Correct. If it's a bank auto loan, correct. They would not charge it off. They would not repo it. My bad. Can you speak on the bank motives for wanting to lend credit to us? They use our signature. So pretty much, it's not really our signature. The banks, like when you're dealing with let me explain it, right? So you're dealing with the Federal Reserve, right? They have something called a drawers account, and they have something called the license to lend. So the lending power is unlimited. So anytime they draw up credit, they pretty much extend credit. So banks can do it unlimited. It's not even our signature no more. It's what we thought it was a long time ago. So a lot of times we was under the impression that the banks, extend credit to us based solely off our social, our signature. But the banking system is well digitized now, so it's not even based upon us. It's just really we have a person that we can lend to who has a great credit criteria, and we can extend him credit. Because remember, the banking institution don't even verify your social. I got a whole EIN. They don't verify your social. You just gave them something. They just looked at your credit report and you meet the criteria, and they gave you whatever credit limit you want. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. What up, bro? What's up, family? You changing my life. I just want to say thank you. You welcome, family. If you charge a loan and send a W-2 out, become tax. Yep. Dispute them all with a lien stay on your title. Yep. So once the bank charge off your auto loan or whatever the case might be, the bank will keep the lien on there for security reasons. So they don't want you to sell it. Now, y'all better learn how to be mechanics. You better learn how to strip a vehicle down if you want to sell it, or just keep it, keep it, or get a lien release. It's like, for me, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My bank actually watched my videos. You know that, right? Because so many of these trolls, y'all know how many trolls on here, right? It was a troll trying to hack my Cash App, right? Because I gave my number out. So the Cash App sent me a message and say, was this you trying to log in? I'm like, no. So, I got security on my Cash App or whatever. And even every time I talk to the bank, when I talked to them, the last time I talked to Navy Federal was like a month or 2 months ago. And they was like, hey, no, we not going to release the lien or whatever the case might be. And I'm like, man, why they sound like this? But they watch my videos. I know my bank watch my videos. So, the Illuminati, nah. Stripping your car or you didn't pay for it, Grand Theft Auto. I hope it is. I'm stripping my car down. I'm stripping it down. I'm stripping that mud for every part. I want the door, especially if I have a Tesla. I'm taking the battery out and everything. If I know I'm about to have a vehicle that's about to be repoed and there's nothing I can do about it, and this car is expensive, I'm stripping that entire vehicle down or had it into the garage. No, I might strip it down. I don't even care. I might strip it down, sell the parts, and start over. Just like any person with common sense. That's like, for instance, if I had a credit card with a $100,000 limit and the bank said, hey, we about to close your cards down in a month, just make sure that the balance is paid off. I'm going to max the entire card out. And then when they put it on the credit report, we're going to get it taken off. Just like that. It's not complicated as y'all think. So when I say this stuff is it's a game. And some people like this, hey, you're going to go to jail. Just imagine me explaining this to a jury of my peers in federal court, and they knew all this stuff existed. They're going to feel bamboozled by the prosecutor, and they're going to let me off this case. Just picture how many hard-working people in America that's getting brainwashed by the government, getting brainwashed by the society, brainwashed by the system, brainwashed by the banks. And you got a person that they claim was doing fraud, and he really exposed the system for what it is, and spoke so much in detail about what transactions that he made. And they were like, dang, it's not illegal to do that. Wow, why did we thought it was illegal? Why we thought this type of stuff? Because you've been brainwashed. Like I was in Florida, I'm explaining my gun case. When I was in Florida, when I went in front of the jury, I insinuated I didn't have a license. Because I told the jury it's nowhere in the Constitution where it states that I have to have a license to keep and bear arms. Once I went through trial and them jury, and when I first originally spoke to the jury, man, I beat that entire case. They came back in 3 minutes and said not guilty. 3 minutes. No, 5 minutes. 6 minutes. Not guilty. So it's real, When people feel like they've been bamboozled and they know the system is lying to them, we're going to keep winning. We're going to keep winning. You said so. Yep. Between rich and the poor's information. Facts. That's the biggest difference between the rich and the poor's information. How do you beat the entire case, bro? It's a process. I pretty much just went in front of the jury and told them, man, the Constitution doesn't require a license. And I explained what's the difference between the privilege and the right. Because remember, if you have to have a firearm license, but we got the Second Amendment, that means that the Supreme Court enacted a regulation, which would be a privilege, and it's not a mere right. So they took away our constitutional rights to keep and bear arms. So I'm gonna explain this. If you are a convicted felon in possession of a firearms, that is a regulation. It's not a right. That means they took away the Second Amendment. If you have to have a firearm license, right? That is a regulation. That is not a right. If you have to have if you have to have a criminal background check or anything like that, those are all regulations. That's not a right. That means they converted a right into a privilege. So when they convert a right into a privilege, what they did, regulate it. So the same thing, we got the right to travel, and now they say you need a driver's license. They converted the right, they convert a privilege into a right. But this is way more dangerous. This is the most dangerous part about this whole thing. The Democrats is now shifting the minds of many Americans, and we all have a democracy, liberal mindset, and so many people is going to fight against the Constitution for so many different reasons, and it's going to transfer our individual rights to a majority vote. And since everyone think like them, they're going to say it's okay. We should all have a license. We should all have a gun license. We should all be like this. And then a lot of people start losing trials, because you know how many constitutional cases that people lose every day? Pistol cases, marijuana cases, driver's license riding on suspension. All of these cases right there, people is getting found guilty by jurors. So it's not even just the fact that people exercising their rights. It's really, you got the people is going against the people. And they got us in one big ass bowl just going at each other. So you got us exercising our constitutional rights. And you got the trolls going against the constitutional rights. So what is it? And they with them, and you got a whole nother side of America. That's why I'm happy what Texas did. Texas want to get away from the United States. I want to get away from the United States. I'm moving to Texas Republic if they get away from the United States, because Florida, Texas, Louisiana, it's all considered Confederate states. They separate. They trying to separate from the United States. I can't wait to separate from the United States, because it's like the way they transferring people, man, like with the jury, it's gonna get crazy. Can immigrants get any advantages? Oh, you only sovereign in your own country. You can't come to my country and be sovereign. It's true. It's true. Every man or woman, you only sovereign in your nation. So I can't come to China and exercise my constitutional rights. A Chinese man cannot come to America and have rights. You have to listen to the District of Columbia. You have to follow all the rules and regulations, or you will get deported. I can't be deported out of America. This is my land. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I really want to tell a lot of people who is immigrants. So when you come to America and you're an immigrant, you can get deported. So if you catch any crime, if you do any crime or whatever the case might be, you will get deported, and they will come. Trust me. There's a lot of people that get deported from America. But yeah, you only sovereign in your own country. And I don't know the politics of a lot of people's country. People be asking me questions like, hey, I'm Canadian. What can I do in Canada to change my status? I don't know about nothing about Canada Constitution. I don't know about minimum contacts in Canada. I don't know nothing about that. I only know about here in America, and I know what you can do. So, and when I mean separate from the United States, I'm talking about the District of Columbia. I'm not talking about the country. That's why I do want to get that straight. We're talking about federal United States, not the actual country, the United States of America. It's a big difference. Yep. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they can help you get your title released, but you want to do one thing. You have to wait till the vehicle charged off, and now you can take that title bond to court and prove ownership and get the lien release off the vehicle, and you can prove that you own it. And so, yeah. So one thing I really want you guys to understand is, depending on it, I'm gonna send you a list. Just contact me, guys, at 224-463-1848. Shoot me a text, ask for the list, and I'm gonna send you my price list of everything that I offer. and you let me know which one you're trying to get. So my phone number is 224-463-1848. Again, 224-463-1848. Remember this. If you're a foreigner and you come to America, you don't have the same duty or can exercise the same right as America here because we're indigenous to the land. But you have to know the Constitution and the politics of your own country, so you can know how to be sovereign in Mexico or whatever the case might be. I don't really know the politics. King, depending on the state. No. Even if you go to Texas or whatever the case might be, you still can get deported. Even if you go to Texas. Like if you follow the legislator, then you good. But if you're not following them, they can kick you out because the federal United States is the one who issue visas. The federal United States is the one who issues citizenship. You get what I'm saying? Because naturalization, citizenship had nothing to do with the USA. It has nothing to do with the USA. And I also want to say this, right? I'm going to explain this. So when people call us sovereigns, right? They be like, oh, y'all sovereigns. Look, we are real Americans. We are not United States fictitious citizens. That's the big difference, right? Now I know the land, you got Morocco, you got the ancient Moors. I know our original name, but I'm talking about right now, realistically speaking. I'm just talking about the land. We are originally from this land, right? The federal United States is what we have a problem with. The same way with many other states in the South. You hear Texas all the time talk bad about the United States. We want to get away from the United States because the federal legislation is the one who's trying to take over and violate our constitutional rights to keep and bear arms. You get what I'm saying? So the division that we have and we calling people sovereign citizens is not even that we really sovereign citizens. It's really the fact that you got true indigenous Americans who don't agree with the District of Columbia. The District of Columbia is controlling the fucking people in Supreme Court building and passing all of these Supreme Court false fake case laws and pretty much violating our rights. And we want to separate ourselves from the District of Columbia, federal United States, and we want to go back to the organic constitutional republic, right? That's the difference between the two. So when you got people who trying to like trolls, oh, these sovereign citizens, we're not sovereign citizens. Whoever said we identify with another country, you ain't never seen a person get pulled over and say, I'm original China man. Oh, they just say, I'm an American, I got rights. Right? So they pretty much separated from the idea of the federal United States, right? 28 USC 3001 section 15A, right? That's the federal United States. That's the 10-mile radius territory. That's the United States that we're talking about. When we say we're not a U.S. citizen, we are not a United States federal citizen. I do not agree with the federal government. I'm not a part of the District of Columbia. We are the real organic, aboriginal people here of the land. It has nothing to do with the District of Columbia. You get what I'm saying? So it's two different United States that we're talking about. It's not the same thing. Yeah, it's not the same thing. King Rich, I appreciate it, fam. Peace and love. Taja Thornton, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, so, it's a big difference between the United States and the United States of America and the District of Columbia. Is not the same thing at all. Many people got that misconception that we the same thing, and no, it's not nowhere near the same. It's different. Why no state agree with the United States? You heard our governor in Florida. Guess what he said? He said that having a license is a violation of our Second Amendment right? And the only reason why felons cannot have a gun is because the federal United States passed a law in 1967 to ban and regulate, to ban felons from the use of firearms. So before 1967, if you was a convicted felon, you could come home from jail to have a gun. The federal United States enacted that law. You get what I'm saying? That statute. So we are separating ourselves from the federal United States, and I feel like most courts don't make that distinction. And that's why I want to go to the Supreme Court to make that distinction. And we can make that distinction. We can pick sides. Like, hey, we on this side, y'all on that side. So yeah, that's the only thing about being a felon. Being a felon is really like that's just dealing with the federal side. Cause you still got the right to keep and bear arms. Just gotta get out of the United States hands. That's why I want to go completely private. I'm talking about I get to a point I don't even care about the credit. Skip the credit. Just give me I need my full freedom. You can have the registered home. You can have the vehicles. You can have all that. I just want all of my Aboriginal rights back. And it's like you gotta fight for it, you know. So, yeah. What's good, Chase? How you doing, family? Right of blood. Yeah. Right of soil. Yeah. Yeah, family. They gonna keep building. Cornisha gotta change devices. Facts, family. Facts. Yeah, family. So if anybody want to contact me, I'm 224-463-1848. 224-463-1848. Just you can shoot me a text and you can just request from my list of everything that I offer. I can send it right over to you. I'm out right now. Peace and love. Shoot me a text 224-463-1848.